Okay, in this video, we're going to learn the very basics of video editing, and we're going to go through the rest of the items on the checklist. So in the first video, you learned how to create a project and import video, and in this video, you're going to learn how to do the rest of the stuff. Okay, so first on the list is marking clips with in and out points. Okay, so we have these clips. They're really long, right? I mean, this one's a minute and a half, but we only want to use a little bit of it, okay? So how do we do that? We're looking at the preview monitor here, right? And then I'm moving around the playhead, right? And let's say I want to pick like this section here, but only this section. So what I do is I hit the I key to mark an in point. Let's say I want to play it for 5 seconds. Okay, we're going to cut right on the beat there. I'm going to show you a little bit more about that in the next video. So I want my clip to actually end here so that it doesn't include any of this stuff because we're only using 5 seconds of it, right? So I'm going to hit the O key for an out point. And now you see this range is marked so that none of this stuff is going to get used and none of this stuff is going to get used. I now am going to bring this down into the timeline by grabbing on the picture there and dragging into the timeline. So now this is our first clip, and it's exactly the part of that clip that we just marked. Okay, so let's do another one, right? Let's connect this with some Irish dancing, and this is gonna look weird because it's two very different things, but these Irish guys are very charming. So let's take a look at their dancing. Maybe we can get it right before they start, like as they walk up normally. Okay, so I'm gonna hit the I key once again so I don't use any of that intro part. I key to start it there. I'm gonna play it for a little bit. Oh yeah, just a normal walk down the boardwalk, right? I'm gonna try to stop it on the beat. Let's go a little bit before the cut. Now I'm using the arrow key to go frame by frame backwards. And then I'm going to hit the O key to mark the out point. So I'm not using any of this, and I'm not using any of this. I'm going to bring this clip down here like that, right? And now that's just the part of this clip that I'm using. Because these clips are just positioned back to back on the timeline, it's just going to play them right back to back, right? So if we just take a look. It's pretty jagged because the soundtracks are so crazy, but in the overall project and in the next video, I'm going to show you how to just use one song for all of it, and then your brain will kind of make it go together better. Okay, so just to like cover the other things on the checklist, we can now position these anywhere we want, right? I can move these around. If I decided I want it to start sooner, earlier in the clip than I had marked, I can still do that, right? There's the beginning of the clip kind of changing. I can do the same with the end, right? And then right now video and audio are separate, but if I click on this guy here, they'll be linked, right? So I can move them at the same time. The other thing that I can do is obviously I can, let's see, if I hit the minus sign, I zoom out so I can see everything at the same time. That's when you want to look at the whole project overall and make bigger changes. If I want to make smaller changes, I can zoom in. So the plus sign on the keyboard right next to the delete key zooms in, and the minus key zooms out. I can also just like move my clips around like this, right? So now they'll be in a different order. The last thing that I'll do here is to split a clip. So let's say like I wanted, for some reason, to have the other clip come in the middle, right? So I'm going to split, right? I'm going to go to the razor tool, which is up here, and I click that. Sometimes the tools are over here. I'm going to click here, right? And now these two clips are two separate things. I'm going to go back up to the pointer tool. I can move this over. And now if I want, I can zoom out, right? And I can put this weird Rockettes clip in the middle of the two Irish dancing clips. I'm not sure why we would do that, but I'm just trying to show you what is possible. So that covers the rest of the stuff on the checklist and just the basic editing of video clips in Premiere.